Hey everyone, I'm officially 3 weeks out to my competition. I'm feeling good. I feel like I need to lose a few more pounds. I still feel like might not be ready. It's okay though. It is what it is. I got a few more competitions coming up, so I'll just take this as a practice run. But I am starting to feel like I'm starting to look good, and it's harder for me to kind of like lose the weight in certain areas, especially back here. I'm about to be 40, so like when you get older, this is usually the area that always bothers men. They also say your stress causes that in men, but I don't feel really stressed, so I don't think that's what it is. It's just a stubborn part of my body. Just doesn't want to get the fat doesn't want to leave from that area. Anyway, I'm gonna do triceps today. It's been a few weeks that I directly hit triceps. Matter of fact, for like 2 weeks, all I did was like flies on the cables, pec deck flies, and really did chest movements that really involved my triceps. Even my shoulders, I pressed a few times, but I didn't press like that. I did like front raises, side laterals. I did things that really didn't involve my triceps because my triceps they were kind of achy. And every time I did any movement, any pressing movement, my triceps would like flare up, and I could feel like my right elbow, I could feel it tighten up. So I'm already warmed up with some push downs. I'm gonna use this grip right here. I'll alternate grips. I don't want to start off with the dips because sometimes my elbows feel achy because I broke them before, like I mentioned before. And when they feel achy like that, the dips kind of hurt while warming up. So I use the push down to increase the weight little by little into that elbow. There's some blood flowing there, and then the achiness goes away once I warmed it up. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna do a few sets of this. I'm gonna do a few sets of overhead extensions. I like doing them like this, and then I'm gonna do some push down, tricep push downs on the machines, and finish off with some dips. So these triceps push downs, of course they're targeting the triceps. Are they targeting the medial head, the lateral, the long head, the short head? I have no clue. Someone asked me that question. Honestly, I even studied this, but I pay no attention to it. Like I have my certificate in personal training. To me, it makes no difference because when you move doing the tricep movement, you're using all of your tricep heads. Yes, certain exercises will target certain ones more. Just like the bicep, that's what they ask me. Is it the short head and long head? When you use a bicep, you're targeting both. Certain movements is going to target both, like the short head, the long head, but it's going to target both the bicep heads. The same thing with triceps. You know what's the best thing to do? Variation. That's why I do like push down, then I'll do like a overhead, and then I'll do some dips. That's the best way to target all the heads. Me personally, I don't pay attention to that. Like I said, I even studied it. I don't even think it's necessary to actually know. I think it's just too much information for people out there. Like, do you want to get really, really that detail and do it? Sure, you can. I don't. I follow bodybuilders, and I don't even see them worrying about that stuff like that. So it's like, hey, just do different movements, and you'll get the results. Be consistent. Push yourself. Progressively overload, and you'll get there. Another thing is, a lot of people lift way too heavier than they need to. You don't necessarily need to lift heavy all the time. Like I like lifting heavy, but it's under control. And sometimes I go a little heavy to try to test my strength. But when I do that, I also do a rep. I lower the weights, do another rep with like full control, and really get some reps in there. So I do that sometimes to just get some strength. But I know I can't get that many reps. But if your focus is to grow, like you can use low weights. You just gotta learn how to connect with your muscle. Like, I know how to connect with my muscle, and I've learned, and the more I've continued going to the gym and practicing my poses actually help. Like, I know how to flex certain muscles. Like, so when I'm working out a muscle, I could really feel it. So I could use a lower weight, slow down the tempo, and really contract the muscle, slow it down, and bring it back up. And it doesn't really require that much weight. Like I said, I just like using higher weights. But can I use lower weights? Yes. Do what works best for you, but pay attention, be aware. I really believe in that mind-muscle connection they talk about. Is very important. Like that alone can activate the muscle or not. Like you being aware, because you lifting up weights, and let's say you're doing a chest press and you're not aware what muscle you're using. You might be using more of your shoulder, more of everything else, and arcing and using your back instead of your pecs. So same thing goes with a bicep. A lot of people, they want to put a lot of weight and they start swinging, and that activates the lower back, or they keep the back straight and they'll swing this way, and you'll get a lot of front delt movement. You know, it's okay sometimes to have movements, and I have movements. But be aware when you feel that shoulder that, oh, maybe I need to lower the weight down and really focus on the muscle that I'm targeting right now. If you just try and get stronger or whatever, you can do that. You might get injured. That's on you. I'm just letting you know, really focus on that muscle. And if you start feeling it in other places, that means you probably need to lower the weight. See, like these sometimes, if you're not strong enough, it used to happen to me, you can actually feel it in your core. If you're feeling it in your core more than your triceps, you should probably lower the weight. My tricep right now feels really, really good. I feel strong with it. So see, that's the thing. And people will say, oh, your program is wrong. You might need more rest days. Are you going too hard? I feel like my triceps feel strong and really good right now because I did a movement. I didn't like totally injured, but it was a minor injury, what you call, and it wasn't feeling good. Allowing it to rest those 2 weeks, now I'm good. Now I feel good. So it's not necessarily a program sometimes, not necessarily what you're doing at the gym. It's sometimes our bodies just, there's other things outside of the gym. You might not have slept as well. You might have not drunk that much water. Your body's constantly changing, so you might not feel that good that day, and you went a little bit heavier, and you had a minor injury that you don't even notice. It's just a little achy. You let the muscle rest a little bit. Sometimes a little bit longer. You do active recovery. Sometimes just lower the weight and doing it. I chose to avoid it because I felt like it was flaring up too much. Avoid anything that had to do with the tricep. And look, now it feels better. So, you got to learn your body and stuff like that and learn what's going on with you. And just to jump off topic, I'm looking at myself because the camera's facing me and stuff like that. I'll tell you I was 3 weeks out, and I don't think I'm that ready. But I'm noticing, I'm getting the death face. So that's kind of good, which in real life, I mean, usually that's not good, looking like you all skinny and stuff like that. But for bodybuilding, that's good. That means I'm losing a lot of body fat. So that's kind of good. eh? But I still feel like I need some more time. Anyway, I just talked about two things there. That's how my mind is actually, you know. My mind today actually has been racing a lot this morning. My mind races a lot, but this morning I had like a lot of thoughts before coming in here. I had like, random thoughts and a lot of thoughts. I even had some self-doubt thoughts earlier. Didn't know what to talk about. Just like a lot of crazy thoughts. I mentioned this before. This is why I love the gym, because when I'm lifting weights, those thoughts, they start disappearing because I can't really focus on those thoughts while I'm lifting some heavy ass weights. You know, I noticed as soon as I came in the gym today, there's no music. It actually sounds really peaceful. Usually the music's too loud. Usually I have headphones, but when I come record, the music is loud as hell. There's no music right now, and it actually sounds peaceful. There's no one in here. Once in a while, there's like one or two people. But today, there's no one here, and it's just really quiet, and it just feels really peaceful right now. Like I'm in a zone. I'm actually feeling really good right now. The triceps are feeling really good. Did 4 sets. Like I mentioned earlier, sometimes when you want to feel the muscle a little bit more, you lower the weight. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lower the weight a little bit. And I'm going to do 2 extra sets because my triceps feel good right now. So that's the thing too. Sometimes when you're feeling good and you notice your body's doing all right, sometimes you could do an extra 2 sets of that same movement. I heard someone else say it too, and I agree with this. Sometimes people just follow the program strictly. Like they'll get a program or an app or something, and it tells them to do certain exercises. And even though they don't feel like they got the connection or the good amount of reps, they'll just move on to the next exercises. So that's why I think sometimes if you don't know what you're doing, it's good to get a coach or get someone that knows what they're doing. Because apps are really good. I've seen some good apps, but they don't really cater to you specifically. Like, yeah, it's an algorithm sometimes. It can figure out some good things, but it's not a person that you can feed off and talk back and tell them how you feel that day. Because that, you know, certain days, like I mentioned earlier, certain days you feel really good. Certain days you don't. So, like, you just going through the motions, going through this app, you might not get the best results. Like, so when you're feeling good and you feel a lot of energy, you had a lot of rest, you had, ate good and everything like that, it's okay to do a few more reps. Sometimes you had bad sleep, went out and ate some stuff that really ain't agree with you. Then that's the time, you come to the gym, you push hard, but your body's just not feeling it right now. Maybe you shouldn't take it to failure. Do all your sets, you go a little lighter. I still think you should do all your sets and plan to do all your workout how you did. You just take a little lighter, don't really go to failure because you're not really feeling it. The days you're feeling really good, add an extra set or 2. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm going all in these triceps. Let's see how my chest workout is later on. Because like I said, when you pressing, you have to use your tricep. and I plan on pressing later. Not sure if I want to bench press or dumbbell press. I'm still thinking about it. Before I come back, I'll figure out a workout. Usually that's what I do. I'll plan a workout either the day before or a few hours before I go to the gym. I'm kind of calculating and see what exercises fit well together and what I want to do, what I ain't do the last week, and what I really want to target. Sometimes too, when I think about exercises, I go to different gyms. I got like 3 different gyms I go to. I focus on the machines, like where they at sometimes, because I don't want to be moving around from like all the way down the gym, all the way over there, all the way over there, and then all the way. So sometimes I also plan out, because I think that's important. It takes a lot of time out if you like don't know how to plan around like your gym. I think that takes a lot of unnecessary time. So what you can do in 45 minutes, you did in an hour, 10 minutes, because just that walking up starts building up. Like, oh, I gotta find this. I gotta wait for someone to get off the machine. So like, right now the gym's empty, and I did create this workout. I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna do just cables. I'm gonna just do cables. So I'm gonna do push downs. Do overhead extension on here. I could have did some one arms. There's a lot I could do here, and just use one machine and then move on. So sometimes I think about that, especially when sometimes I want to go out with the family. I want to get in and out. I want to get a quick workout, half an hour workout. I'll think about that. Like, okay, or I just want to use the bench, and I'm just using dumbbells. My whole workout, I'm just at that bench probably sometimes. Don't move at all. I can do a lot on the bench, no matter what muscle I'm targeting. If I'm targeting my chest, I can do incline, flat. I can do presses. I can do flies. I can do pullovers. Back, same thing. I can use rows. I can lift it up and do rows this way. Back is a little tricky because there's not too many things you can do there. Biceps, I can sit down and lean back and do some curls. I can do some concentration curls sitting down. I can use the bench and actually use it like a preacher curl. Sometimes I actually like doing that, standing up more than a preacher curl. There's a lot of things you can do in one area. So if like you don't got that much time and you are programming your own workouts, think about that. Think about like what exercises can I do using one machine or one area of the gym without really moving too much, so I can get as much volume and intensity that I need in a short period of time, so I can go on and go to work or go chill with the family or go out or do what you got to do. So those are good things to think about too. I switched the bar for the overhead extensions. The other bar, you can use it. I don't like it too much for the overhead because it kind of, since you're fixed on a position and it's there, it kind of digs into the wrist. So I'm gonna use this. You can use a cable to really like to stand out. You can do the easy bar one to like really get your hands in there. Like I said, it's different variations. They feel different. It just puts your elbows in different angles so that you hit in different parts of the triceps. Yeah, that's how you hit different angles of the triceps, putting your elbows in different angles. I'm not, like I said, I don't know which head it is. I just switch it up and do different variations. I want to do this one today, the straight bar, so that's what I'm going to use. I didn't even lower the weight. Let's see if this weight is good. Usually I got to lower the weight for this one. I'm I'm more stronger in the push down than these, but let's see, because I lowered the weight once already to get more reps. So let's see if I can do this way. I'm gonna do one more with that weight. Then I'm gonna lower it because I want to get more reps in. The key trick with this one is you want to stretch all the way back. You really want to get that stretch here and stretch out. That's a key principle to this movement because you really hit the tricep right there. I think that's the long head, I think. Like I said, I don't know which one. But when you stretch it out, you can feel it right here. You know? Just do this on its own and you can feel it. When you go like this, you'll feel the other side of the tricep activate. So that's one way that I know. Like I said, I don't know which head. I just can feel it. I just feel the difference. Wide. There we go. I like the seat is too high. So a trick to this machine, you want to kind of put your shoulders, you retract them back like this, and just move your elbows. Like focus on moving just the elbow and let it really stretch out when you push down. And try to lock your shoulder in, because I used to get like shoulder pains when I used to do this machine, and I avoided it. And it was because I was like putting my shoulders forward and pushing and getting a lot of shoulder movement. If you retract the shoulders back and just You get a little bit of shoulder movement. I don't really feel it on the shoulder like that anymore, so that's a little trick. You don't want to go too heavy where you just doing like half reps. Like I see a lot of people do that. I mean, if that's your goal to do partials, all right, but once in a while you should probably just done that full range of motion. So you want back and just elbows, all elbows. So I lowered the weight because the last set I felt like I got a lot of pec activation. This machine is kind of hard to like just isolate the tricep because yeah, you have like you isolate them. You have that little bit of motion though with the shoulder. Like even if you lock it in, you have that little bit of motion. So you're always gonna get that little bit of motion. And then the way the machine is, you pushing down and you activate some of that pec as well. So if you want to isolate a little bit more the shoulder, not the shoulder, the triceps, lower the weight and just go more reps. And that's the way you can really isolate more of that tricep and really push down with the tricep instead of using the other muscles. Basically what this movement is doing is simulating a dip. So when you're doing a tricep dip, you always get the activation on that pec. If you stand up straight more, you get less of it. The machine forces you to go forward, so you get some of that pec activation. And you know, when you do a dip, you always have a little bit of that shoulder movement. You always try to, at least me, I try to eliminate as much shoulder as I can, because it can get really achy and it's in an uncomfortable position, at least for me. So that's why you feel these other muscles in this machine. It's basically a dip. It's a dip. It's just a machine, so you don't have to push yourself up. You're pushing down. I'm actually gonna finish up with the body weighted dips, just one set to failure. Same movement, just different way to do it. All right, we all done. Got that good tricep pump. Gym is empty. I usually don't do this, but show you my physique. This is what I mean. I need a few more weeks just to get this little bit stubborn fat off. We move back so you can see the legs. Can't really see the hamstrings. All right. Flip the camera around. not really good at angles or lighting and none of that. That's why my videos be looking a little bit shitty. Not shitty, that's the wrong word. They don't look as popping, like my physique on the photos. I don't be worried about that stuff, honestly. See the legs. See the legs. Can't really get the hamstring. Really gotta work on my hamstrings anyway. Over here came out a little chubby. That's fluffiness from the breakfast this morning. Still hasn't dissolved. I noticed that when I eat, I get like this little fluff and I always worry about it. Then I go look at myself like a few hours later once my food digests. And I look good. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I'll talk to y'all. Be safe out there.